Greetings. We are Archangel Sandalphon, and we are here to talk to you about music. There has been much talk about bringing in as much of sourceness as you can. One of the ways to do this is to increase your vibration, increase your frequency. And the way to increase your vibration and increase your frequency is the music you listen to. Now, we would like you to understand that there is music all around you. For instance, she has the washing machine going, and there is a cycle with the washing machine. And if one listens, there is a rhythm. Now, frequency is important, but rhythm is also important. Paying attention to things like your appliances, birds chirping, rain falling, sounds of waves crashing, if you are fortunate enough to live by the coast like she is. There are all sorts of things where you can find music. Finding a rhythm, finding a pattern in it, tuning and toning along with things that are in your house because sometimes you have no control over when something makes noise, say your refrigerator or whatnot. So, making friends with frequencies and music, making a musical duet with your refrigerator, for instance. If it is noisy, you can clap your hands, you can bounce around, you can hum with it, you can try to, again, tone with it, have fun because there is so much in your life that you cannot control. And there are so many sounds around you that you cannot control. Now, when you do have control, say you slip on a pair of over ear headphones, which is the most loveliest, delightful, if you are in an earth suit, way to listen to your music, especially if you have noise canceling headphones, as a matter of fact, because then you are in utter complete control. And what we would like you to do is find certain music that makes you feel good. Start with things like listening to things without lyrics, finding stuff that directs your soul, helps you feel good. Most of you have listened to mm, music that has no lyrics. If you have watched some of the movies that John Williams has scored, say, for instance, the Star Treks, Star Wars, oops, she is looking at us with side eye, as they say, because how dare we confuse Star Trek and Star Wars? Well, anyways, and this is the truth. She has said this many times. She prefers Star Wars to Star Trek because there is music. And when you watch a Star Trek movie, for the most part, there is not music going on in the early Star Trek movies. So it makes a difference because when you listen to someone like John Williams, for instance, you know what to feel, what to expect. You can close your eyes and you know when somebody is entering the room. You know what their role is going to be. You know when it's going to be okay. You know when you are in danger. Same with Indiana Jones. You know, without even being in the room, you can hear it. You know he is doing this or doing that based on the music. So, music has been used for years and years to make a difference in your art forms in movies and cartoons, as a matter of fact. Most of you might have grown up with the earlier Looney Tunes, which had classical music to it. So, some of you might have a love for classical music based on that. But what we would like you to do is experiment with music that has nothing to do with your cartoons or movies or popular music. Find things that talk to your soul in a different way. Experiment. Because if you are always listening to the same things you are always listening to, what is popular on the radio may be fine. However, how many times have you had a song or lyrics in your head that you really wish you didn't have in your head? Or how many times have you actually listened to the lyrics and thought, oh, I do not want to sing that. For instance, she likes the song by Radiohead, Creep. However, she cannot, because of her hypnosis training and all these other things she has done, she cannot sing along with it because it says I am before it states all these bad things about themselves. So, yes, it makes a point. And yes, those were songs of youth when she felt youthful angst. And yes, that is good for to get stuff out sometimes when one is experiencing stuff. It is good to have stuff. However, we would also suggest that there is many, many classical pieces. There are many, many other things where you can feel what's going on inside you without anything being manipulated. And then we would also like you to, if you can find, you do not have to spend a lot of money. There are plenty of things out there you can find. Find a keyboard, one that you can plug headphones in to and play around with them. Learn the basic scales, play with different things that you find pleasing. There are some of these, and again, not extremely expensive keyboards that have all sorts of recorded drum beats and whatnot that you can play around and change the way the sounds you might be playing, an organ you might be playing, uh, woodwinds and such. So, this is a good way as well. Also, there are musics that are recorded that have certain frequencies in them. So, for instance, she has been doing this even before we started talking to her. We have been working with her, although she didn't know. We weren't directly channeling with her until today, but we have been working with her for years. She has understood frequencies like the 432 and the 528 and all these different frequencies that help affect and change moods and that help bring people into certain states. For instance, when you are doing hypnosis work, when you are doing meditation, it is much easier to get into those states if you have certain frequencies that help make it easier because otherwise there are long things that are drawn out to do. For instance, with hypnosis, you have to do an induction, you have to do a deepening. All these things can be shortened and just by frequency of music. So that is the next level is taking it to where you are not listening to classical, where or instrumental, if you will, new age. There's all sorts of different genres to fall into. Make your own. You can have somebody buy. There are people she will buy pre-made things and that she gets the rights to, and then she will record subliminals or meditations or hypnosis over top of it. And sometimes she has also taken to playing with those and adding her own instrumentation as well because there is mixing equipment. This is really easy. You live in a time where you can create your own music easily and effortlessly. For instance, you can take a pencil or a pen and tap it to a beat and you can record that and loop it. Then you can take some sort of whistle, flute, whatever, play for a certain length of time and loop that on and on and on. You can do things like clapping your hands. This is very easy and there are so many different programs. You do not have to go deal with AI. You can do it all yourself. AI, as a matter of fact, was supposed to help do those things that were drudgery, that were dangerous. They were supposed to be digging in mines. They were supposed to be lifting things that would be backbreaking to humans. That was what AI was meant to do, the harder things, not the creating the art and the music and the literature and so many other things, where this is where humans need to advance is creating music. And this is something that I and my collective are a specialty of. And we listen to, even though we do not have physical ears like your suits do, We do listen to and we scan for artists, and we also are ones who do inspire. You will hear people talk about a muse. This just came to me. I just heard it. Who do you think that is? So we would also, once you go through these different phases, if you do decide to listen to your popular music, really take time and find out what the lyrics are. So you do not come back later and go, why am I feeling this way? Oh, well, I have been singing this the whole entire time. This is what subliminals are. This is what subliminals do. So it's very important that you understand when you are listening to music what it's saying to you. Even stuff on TV. This is the thing. This one here does not have any ads. She always has stuff without ads. She will pay lots of money without ads because she knows how easy it is to under your favorite jingle because the advertisement industry has been buying out the rights to songs that you absolutely love, you grew up with, and so you will associate with cleaning products and you will associate with hamburgers and whatever things that aren't really necessarily the best choices for you, but you will associate in even some medicines, you will associate them with that song that means something to you because music, more than frequency, more than anything else, gives you a snapshot of where and what was going on. Often people will remember exactly when a song comes on, remember exactly what they were feeling, what had happened when that song came on. So it is one of the most powerful ways you can take control of your life because there's often people who have a challenge with memorization, like this one here, but she can hear if she knows the lyrics, she can hear a song a few times through and she can do all of the lyrics with no problem. Now, when it comes to trying to memorize things for exams, when it comes to trying to memorize lines for something, she all but falls apart when that happens. However, she can sing all of the lyrics to many of the things that they listen to in the household because one of them is a huge Taylor Swift fan. And yet, even though she is a Swiftie supporter, she knows all the words to all the songs that are played all the time. And she does indeed pay attention to what is being said. So she is not mindlessly chirping along. And that is what is important. You have control of your frequency because, again, we are all here. All of us arcs are here to give you suggestions to help you be able to become, embody more of the source, which you are. We would love you to all feel your very best. And so we can give you messages over and over that you are source and everybody and everything is source. However, if we don't give you any sorts of indications of things that you might be doing or being willing to do that can help you, then what good is it to us, to you, to listen to us constantly just harp on the same thing over and over? You get it, we get it, everybody gets it. Now, here is how we can take those steps because you are living in the physical plane. So you have to deal with things around you. Otherwise, there is no point to your existence there. If you are just sitting there and just, I am source, that is it, and you meditate all day and do nothing else, what would be the point? The point is to do all those things, holding the awareness and having the highest frequency you can so that it initiates the spark for everyone else for their awareness of who they really are. The purpose is to have you vibrating the highest so you feel the best you can. So that rubs off on your fellow space or earth suits because you live on earth, your fellows in the earth suits, so that they can remember who and what they are, because this is how you change the world. You do not change the world by screaming. You change the world by being, by embodying. And once you enjoy music, once you have played with music, then you can use music yourself. If you are passionate about something, if you want to make change, because there are artists on your planet who are making changes, who are putting things out that are empowering. Listen to things that are empowering, that are giving you positive messages of love, that are telling you that you are worthy, all are worthy. This is the most important thing. And once you get comfortable with frequency, once you harmonize with yourself, with Gaia, with the earth, with everyone around you, then you can spread messages because you will be in tune. We love you and we are grateful for this time we spend together. We will be back soon.